Trump is the Solomon of the 21st century. Trump is not a man of war. Trump is a man of peace. And you will say like, what? Yeah. He's a man of commerce, a man of peace, not a man of war. He will not try to solve problems through wars that sacrifice young people. And talking about sacrificing young people, that reminds of us of one person whose name starts with Z. And I'm going to show you this photo. And I saw you guys commenting in my previous video that, KAHEVA, will you please stop showing us the photo of Macron and Zelensky hugging each other in a weird manner? I will show it to you again. I can't stop showing this photo to you. And unlike them, Biden and many others who try to boost the US economy through war will face eternal punishment from God. Hello everyone, this is KAHEVA, all knowledge of the world, head, heart, and soul. I now fully recovered from cold. Ta-da! So happy. Summer is coming. It's quite hot these days now in Korea. KAHEVA prophesied and declared that the US is the world's police state. And the word police state is, I'm not trying to refer to a negative manner, because I saw some of you guys mentioning on the comment that police state sounds like dictating country, like a dictatorship country towards the world, like dominating the world. It's not like that. The police state, here I'm referring to a country that sets the standard of the global community. So the US is the world's police state, and China is the world's business state, commerce state. They are the people of business. They've been doing the business ever since they were born for thousands of years. The US will win a war against China. There's no doubt. But in business, the US will not be able to beat China. And I'm not going to say like, hey, China is so wonderful. I'm Korean, and maybe a lot of Koreans also don't really want to think that way while they accept it as a fact. I'm just going to state the true fact. The US will not be able to beat China in terms of business war. At the same time, KAHEVA predicted that Elon Musk would ultimately suffer losses in China. And I've talked about it like few years ago. I think it was 3 to 4 years ago. I said, don't enter the Chinese market, Elon. And he did. Even Rockefeller, who received the blessing of the god of commerce, said, do not try to make money in China. And KAHEVA warns again. Do not try to make money by entering China, their soil, their land, targeting the Chinese people. Do you think you will make it? Maybe it is very tempting. Chinese market is very tempting that they have 1.4 billions of people, maybe more than that. And you feel like, no, it doesn't work that way. It is fine to make money from China. It is fine to work with Chinese business partners, but do not try to enter Chinese soil, their mainland, to do business. What I'm talking about here, do not try to build your empire in Chinese soil. That won't work. The US is the world's police state. That is why the US operates military campuses in many countries around the world. The largest US military base in the world is the Camp Humphreys in Pyeongtaek, South Korea, because the US must maintain global order. Then, what kind of country is China in the world? Do you know, like China? China is a global business state. The blood of 1.3 billion Chinese people, maybe 1.4 or 1.5 in reality, because many of them is not even recorded in the official government records. People, they have the blood of merchants. It is no exaggeration to say that 1.3 billion people were born to do business. A mysterious figure appeared in America. He's a merchant. His name is Trump. Trump, a land developer and a new city businessman, is trying to profit against Chinese merchants with 2,000 years of experience. He's trying to beat the Chinese people who have 2,000 years of business experience. China no longer buys U.S. Treasury bonds. China is continuously selling out. They are dumping U.S. Treasury bonds. Trump raising tariffs on China will never solve the problem. Could it be the solution? No. The 1.3 billion Chinese were born to do business. It's their only job they can have. Even if the US raises tariffs by 500%, China will just smile and say, Ding hao, it's fine. No problem at all. Go on. Truly, what will President Trump do as a new town developer and as a real estate businessman? He will realize in a month or two that he cannot beat China with tariffs. Then Trump will flip the table. In other words, he will eliminate the traditional market and create a new market system. He will form economic communities centered around the United States with countries like Canada, Mexico, and South Korea. And he will use cryptocurrency, not the dollar, as a payment method. Once again, China has already abandoned the dollar. The proof is that China no longer buys the U.S. government bonds, treasury bonds. They are dumping it. And in fact, it is selling them. They are selling out U.S. treasury bonds. They are giving up U.S. dollars. If China does not buy U.S. dollars, that is, U.S. treasury bonds, the U.S. economy will become increasingly difficult. It's a fact. I'm not defending China. You know, right? Every time I make this type, I'm going to say this. Every time I make this kind of videos, as expected, I get comments like, what a Chinese puppet, like a Chinese bot spy. Hey guys, wake up. The United States does not even have gold. The gold at Fort Knox exists only on paper, not physically. Trump will flip the board. He will commercialize electronic currency centered on the US and turn China into an economic island nation. Trump is a man who values life. He will not try to solve problems through wars that sacrifice young people. Biden and many others who try to boost the U.S. economy through war will face eternal punishment from God. Trump will never allow a war between Taiwan and China. Trump is not a man of war. Trump is a man of peace. He's a man of commerce. Solomon was a man of commerce. 2 Chronicles 9 clearly records that a great empire was built through commerce, not war. Trump is the Solomon of the 21st century. And it's quite bold to say this, but we should be thankful that we have a person like Trump in our era. Trump will take the lead in electronic currency, and many trades around the world will be settled with cryptocurrency. This is KAHEVA. See you in the next video. God bless you.